Hey, what's up? It's Angel from Bilingue Toastmasters. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the journey to becoming a better public speaker. Now, when you join the Toastmasters organization, you get a handbook. It's a project book with 10 different speeches. And at the very beginning, you just introduce yourself to the Toastmasters world, and then by the end, you are giving a motivational speech. Every speech in between gets you one step closer and closer and closer to be able to do your big motivational star speech, thereby becoming a competent communicator. Today though, I want to talk about what happens afterwards. Now your first step, of course, to becoming a better communicator is to join the organization or get some type of coaching to help you along. But also understand that in between, you're going to be taught mechanical things. You're going to be taught how to organize a speech. That's one part of it. How to move your hands around the world. How to use your body. How to get a good posture, and how to use your voice. Pausing, volume, vocal variety. And this is all good. It's all great. But you need to understand this in context. What they're giving you are tools. Vocal variety is a tool. Making your voice punchy, it's a tool. Organizing your speech, it's a tool. So at the end of the day, when you get to the end of the manual, you're left with a box filled with tools. But that's all these tools are. At the end of the day, you need to understand how to use the tools that have been given to you. The tools are the outer game, the mechanical. But what's going on the inside, the artistry, the magic of speaking happens on the inside. That doesn't happen through reading the books. It doesn't happen through getting some theoretical knowledge. Remember that knowledge, knowing how to speak, is theoretical. It happens in your head. But truly knowing it, truly being able to do it is empirical. One is theoretical, one is empirical. Empirical happens in the real world. So back to the analogy of the tools. Once you have these tools, imagine if you gave a 4-year-old a set of tools, best tools in the world. Just because you have the best tools does not necessarily mean that you can take apart the engine and change the timing belt. It doesn't work that way. If I give you brushes, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a world-famous artist. Step number 2 is to practice. You need to practice your communication skills all the time and every opportunity that you get. Practice, practice, practice. Why? Because once you have the tools, the next part of the equation is that empirical part, that real-world part. Learning to create that wonderful canvas, that art that is your art of communication, your words, your voice, your presence, your power. You need to communicate that, and that takes time. Now, as you practice, you're gonna learn some things. I learned some things. I learned some things over 8 years of speaking. One of the first things that I learned was that there are 3 stages that you go through after you get to your 10th speech. Stage number 1, I want you to write this down, is to know thy enemy. And by this I mean the enemy of your ability to communicate. Know thy enemy. Step 2, write this down. Face thy enemy. Once you understand who the enemy of public speaking is, you need to face that enemy. And finally, stage number 3, write this down. Overcome thy enemy. You need to overcome that which is coming between you and your ability to speak in public in any situation that you want. Conquer, overcome, destroy that enemy. Now, step 1 happens relatively quickly. You're gonna understand really quick who the enemy is. Part 2 takes a little bit longer. This could take a couple of years to face the enemy, and stage 3 could take the rest of your life to overcome the enemy. But I'm going to give you a little clue, something that I found for myself. On those 3 points that you wrote down, take off enemy, scratch it out, scratch, 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 and I want you to write thyself. Know thyself. Face thyself. Overcome thyself. Because at the end of the day, when you get to the end of the journey, you learn that the only person that was standing between you and excellence in public speaking, it's you. It was me all the time. It's you all the time. No one else is holding you back. No circumstance, no fear is holding you back. If you want to see who's holding you back, who your enemy is, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. You're going to see yourself. Add number 4. Step number 4 is freedom. When you've learned to overcome yourself, that final stage is freedom. The freedom to go up and say anything you want, anytime, any place, any situation, it doesn't matter. You have freedom. And no words can describe how it feels to finally be free of the fear, free of the nervousness, free of the trepidation, free to express the person that you have inside. That's the true artistry. The person inside comes out into the canvas of the world. And the tools that you've been given, you are wielding them like Van Gogh, like Da Vinci. You're creating masterpieces with your mouth, with your body, with your thoughts. Freedom. And you're giving your gift fully onto the world and leaving a positive mark for others to follow. That is stage number 4. Is there a stage 5? Who knows? Maybe 10 years from now, I'll come back and tell you, hey, I discovered a stage beyond freedom. But for where I am right now in my own personal development, I'm working towards freedom. And that's a journey that could take me the rest of my life. And it's a journey I enjoy. It's amazing. So remember these points. Understand thyself. Face thyself and overcome thyself in order to have stage 4, freedom. A journey that lasts a lifetime. And never give up on the program. Never surrender on your dreams. No matter what happens, you stay in the game. And always remember that you can do it.